Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about World of Nintendo minifigures. Alright, that's enough of that. This is a video I've been wanting to do for a while. I thought this would be an appropriate time since yesterday was actually my birthday. It turned the big 3-0. And a couple of weeks ago was my nephew's first birthday, so we actually did a double party thing with a Mario theme. You know, we had all kinds of decorations and stuff like these little Mario blocks that were custom made by my sister and her husband. But yeah, it was a fun time. So in this video I'm going to talk about I'm going to look at some of the World of Nintendo minifigures and then kind of compare them to minifigures from, well, when I was a kid. So first we have the Toon Link, Olimar, and Waluigi. These were actually the first three that I bought a couple of years ago, and of course, what's Olimar with? What is Olimar without his Pikmin? And a couple of the, whoops, quite a few of them. You know, because they come in hordes, so I was like, yeah, I'll buy a few of them. Why not? This one is fairly new. It's a running Mario, which is kind of cool. You know, it comes with that little stand. It looks like he's running, which is kind of, if you look at like the way it's, oops. Yeah. Oh, what the heck? Sure. Whoops. Stand up, Mario. Or run, I should say. Speaking of Mario, I also have the Tanuki Mario and Cat Luigi. Making them dance. Then we have Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong, shades of Donkey Kong Country 2. Deku Link and Tetra. Also have the Villager, which I kind of like this figure. Yeah, these figures are very simple. They don't do much. They only have like 3 points of articulation, which the larger figures usually have about like a dozen or so. I like this little. It looks like he's doing like a dance or something. Like Domo Domo, Mr. Roboto. I have Samus, of course. Samus is awesome. I'm not really sure what's up with this pose, though. It's a little weird. And of course, there was the Metroid figures. You know, because the large one is more hard to find. The one that's like 6 inches or something. But there's actually 2 different versions of the Metroid. There's one of them is squishy, like the larger figure, and the other one is more hard plastic. The Metroids stand up pretty well on their own, but it also comes with a stand if you want to make it look like it's floating, kind of like in the games. You know how they float. And these things, I always thought Metroids were pretty terrifying. Now for the Mario villains, actually there are quite a few of these. We have Bullet Bill, Abu. Not to be, Boo, not Abu, like in Aladdin. Shy Guy, which was always my brother's favorite. He has torso moves. Yeah. I actually have 1, 2, 3 Goombas, because why not? They come in hordes. And the cat just walked in. If you heard that squeak, that was the door. I have the Piranha Plant, and I believe this is called a spiny or bony Piranha Plant, something like that. I think this one might be my favorite. My favorite out of like the Mario minifigures. It's a Chain Chomp. You know, it's just made really cool with like the chain and everything. I think it's what? Of course, the cat's being nosy. And we have a Blooper. Bloop bloop. The blooper is kind of weird. It's like, kind of like that. It's like that weird hollow plastic type of feel, if you know what I mean. And last Mario villain is a Bomb, of course. Key. Oh, I thought the key came out. I guess not. And then I have a Toad, which I don't know, I kind of like the mini Toad. This little Toad better rather than the. It looks weird, because toads are supposed to be small, so it looks kind of weird when you have, like, the 4-inch figure. I'm actually gonna put some of these back real quick. You'll find out why. Make room! Run out of room here. I'm not really one for repaints, but there's a couple that I'm not. A couple of ones that I'm like, why not? First is the squids from Splatoon. I think there's actually a teal one too. I haven't seen it yet though. The one that I really like to get the whatchamacallit repaints for is the Yoshi. So there's the green, it was the first one that came out. The blue, black, which I think might be one of my favorites, and the red. I hope they make more of these, because something I'm thinking about doing with the Yoshi minis is if they make if they make all of them or something, or even just a bunch of them. I'm thinking of making like some kind of display or something to put them on, like a Yoshi's Island type of thing or something. And I also have these little, they make those like 8-bit ones. So I have Mario and Luigi. I never really got any of the other ones. Yeah. So, let's move these guys aside for a moment. Now, one of my favorite toys when I was a kid were called ZBots, which, I've actually made quite a few videos on these guys, like my eBay unboxing and my ZBot memories videos. But anyways, there were these little 2-inch robots that looked like this. It was a whole bunch of them. It was actually 3 series. They ran from 92 to 95, I believe. And sorry, I got a whole bunch. This is only a portion of the ones I have. I got a whole box of them. I like this little guy. I got him recently. That's another one. They have all kinds of wacky colors. They even had them at Burger King at one point. Here's an example of one of those. They came with... My brother and I were obsessed with those things, the ZBots. They had some cool vehicles. Like, here's some examples. My camera focuses. Now, like I said, my brother and I, we played these things all the time. We used to, like, mix anything else that was little. We used to mix them up in there. And the cat's rubbing my leg. For example, I only had one of these as a kid. These guys were called Trash Bag Bunch, because they were basically like these little... They came in like a bag, and then in the box itself, but it's like you'd open the box, take the bag out, and put it in like a bowl of warm water, and the bag would dissolve and reveal the figure. These guys were made by Galoob, who also made ZBots, who also made Micro Machines. I think Galoob made these as well. These were called Snailians, which they looked like this. And they came with a little companion guy. They also came with armor, which I don't have, unfortunately. They came with these little, like, ball popper things, a card, and I believe a comic as well. But, like, all I have left is the figures. But these were what the, tapping into my inner child saying it this way, these were the good guys. They were the Snailians, or the snails, and the bad guys were the ticks, which looked like this. And they came with little bug guys. And then these, I can't remember what these were called. These little guys like this. They're kind of like a cross between G.I. Joe and He-Man or something like. Because of the way they... Yeah, but if you happen to remember what these things were called, you can let me know in the comment section below. But these guys, I remember, had really cool vehicles, which unfortunately I never got any. And then this next one, these were actually from the late 80s, so it was kind of more like the time of my brother and my cousin, because they were like the same age. But these were called Battle Beasts, which my brother had quite a few of them back then. Because like I said, that was kind of more his time. Yeah, they were like these little animal guys. Some of them had wings and weapon hands. Now, the thing is, because that's, like I said, see, hold on, my brother and I, when we were kids, we used to mix these together, like ZBots, Battle Beasts, the Trash Bag guys, the Snailians, all that. We used to mix them all together and just have, like, all kinds of crazy battles and stuff. Now, if you're old enough, if you're around the same age as me, or even just, like, a little younger or whatever, but basically, if you remember these, let me ask you a question. Where were these when we were kids? Or where were these back then. Because, like I said, we used to mix, my brother and I would mix ZBots and Battle Beasts, etc., all that stuff together. You know, would have been nice to have these to go with them. But, I don't know. Just a thought. You know, the thing is, I'm sure for years, toy companies approached Nintendo wanting to do something like this, but Nintendo's probably like, I don't know. I don't know if they would sell or not, but... And, sadly... Because I think this deal with, you know, these are made by Jakks Pacific, which, I think this deal was made in, like, 2012 or 13 or something like that, because they started hitting shelves in 2014. But, sadly, the founder of the company Jakks Pacific, Jack Friedman, he passed away in 2010, so it's like he never got to see this company with his deal. I mean, he never got to see his company make this deal with Nintendo, or he never got to see these great little figures, or even just like the larger figures and stuff, or the little, very tiny miniature ones that with the playsets and stuff, kind of like, I don't know, Mighty Max or Polly Pocket or something, but, yeah, that's, kind of just the thing I wanted to say, you know. Again, would have loved to have these back then, but whatever, I don't really know how to end this, but, yeah, I guess that's about it, so. What do you guys think of do you think that we should have seen these back then? Or do you like having them now? Whatever. But yeah, I guess that's about it. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling on here. I don't... So, that being said, feel free to rate, comment, share, favorite, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Facebook. If you just type in my channel name on Facebook, you can find my Facebook page. And thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.